how do you feel about Sony and Marvel Studios working together, trying to build out this, big Marvel multiverse?
Yeah, listen, I think it's complicated in terms of the logistics, but I think that for us it would be better. There's obviously so many holes to be filled with how the multiverse works, the canon moments, and if that happens, maybe we'll get less movies like Morbius and more movies like Venom.
You don't like Venom, so I
Yeah,
I hate
I think
Venom.
most people do like Venom.
I would say more movies like we need like a live action version of like Spider Verse type quality, bro. That's what we need.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
goaded,
for
right?
sure.
Like we need like Sony. Other than the animated stuff, Sony hasn't had an undeniable banger in a long time, my brother. A long time. But anyways, but yeah, so I mean, I think this is a good thing that Marvel Studios is working with Sony on trying to build out this multiverse. 'Cause if you're trying to do a big event like Secret Wars, you got to have that. I also like the idea that because the reality is right, Peter Parker will always be connected to the Sony universe somehow. So I'm happy that they're starting to build, kind of, or they're starting to plant the seeds for those connections. This also gives me hope that we are going to see more traditional Spider-Man villains in these films. Like I want to see Craven in Spider-Man. I want to see Scorpion. I would love a comic accurate version of even Mysterio again because I didn't like Mysterio in No Way Home. I wanted the traditional version. So I mean not No Way Home in Far From Home.
Far from home.
So yeah, so I really think that there's potential with trying to build this whole Spider Verse thing. We got comment. Yeah, honestly, we've never seen two massive studios collaborating on this level and scale. What do you think about? What do you think are some other things they will collaborate on? Are they collaborating on Craven? They are not collaborating on Craven. The
Which is
rumor that I
insane.
heard, the rumor that I heard from insiders is that Feige actually advised them to not do any more villain films, except if like Feige only wants them to focus on Venom for the only sole purpose of Venom getting in the MCU because that was the original idea. And apparently, I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to do or not, but yeah, yeah, I, I do think that I do think that they are collaborating on the Miles Morales stuff because they are working on a live action Miles Morales film. I think they are collaborating on that, but I think everything else, like Madam Web and all of those projects, I haven't heard any news that Marvel Studios is actually collaborating on that. Now, a project like Madam Web doesn't really affect, like the greater Spider-Man universe. You know what I mean? Because it's basically a origin film, so no one cares about that. But like when we're talking about Spider Woman and Craven and all these types of characters, I think they should be consulting Kevin Feige because like these are just wasted character. Like, look, Aaron Taylor Johnson, right, is a generational actor. Why would you waste him on a solo movie with no Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Like
and
imagine seeing him with Tom Holland. Like how awesome that would be to see that, or even Tom Hardy. Like Tom Hardy's prime is like slowly fading away, and it's like we never got the chance to see one of the greatest actors of our generation be able to be with Spider-Man. That
yeah,
sucks.
yeah, it really sucks, and especially because, like, listen, I think that the I I believe that the MCU and Sony have told us in their own way that Tom Hardy's Venom will be in the MCU, and I think that they did that in the post-credit scenes to No Way Home and the post-credit scene to Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I don't think that they did those post-credit scenes in both of those movies without planning without planning Venom to be the villain in the next Spider-Man movie. I think that would be a crazy tease to do if that weren't the plan. And I think it would be, like Stevie was saying, I think it would be a waste. Tom Hardy is an amazing actor. He's in his prime right now. And listen, the Venom story is great. Like you have this actor who kind of was like a villain or an anti-hero, and you're going to see him become more of that villain and bring him into the Spider-Man universe. And listen, I was planning on making a solo video on this, but like the truth is that and I know, people are going to say Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus, but Venom is like the perfect Spider-Man villain. He pretty much has all the same powers as Spider-Man, except he's a vicious alien and he has a lot more muscle on him and that vicious, you know, like mean alien is like the perfect antithesis to, you know, Peter Parker always doing right, putting right, you know, by everyone else above himself. It's like the perfect matchup. So listen, with all these villain movies that Sony has been doing, I think they made the right choice because like I said, I really do think that they didn't make those post-credit scenes, you know, just for fun. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I
And I
agree,
think it's the
bro.
perfect
I
matchup. Yeah.
agree. 100%. And like, you know, and just to respond to what you said, yeah, I mean, so the symbiote is there. I don't think we're going to get Venom in Spider-Man 4, to be honest with you guys. I think we are going to get Black Suit Spider-Man. I think they're saving Venom, bro. I will be completely honest. I do think it's going to be another villain, but I think the movie might end like we might get an end battle with like an Eddie Brock, but I don't see Eddie Brock being like the actual, you know, like main villain in the movie. I
Yeah.
think we might get an intro because, I mean, if you think about it, right, that the symbiote has a mind of its own, right? It chooses who it wants to pair with. If the symbiote's like, all right, think about Spider-Man. Think about that ending from this perspective. The symbiote stayed on its own. It didn't accidentally leave itself. The symbiote purposely left a part of itself for a reason, and it is because the symbiote knows that Spider-Man is the perfect pair. That is why. And so the symbiote is going to seek after Peter and find him because Peter is the perfect match. And that is why we are going to get symbiote Peter Parker. So this wasn't really to plant seeds for Venom yet. This was really to show us like the symbiote is saying, okay, Peter is so powerful, I want him.